some introductions. Today is the first Calcium event. So Calcium is a new organization here in the chemistry department. It stands for Chemistry Aligned with Life and Career at the University of Michigan. It's a professional development group for those of us who are interested in the world of industry or alternative career paths outside of academia. So I am Joe Eschweiler. A lot of you may know me. And I have taken the reins on this first event. I've had a lot of help, mostly from the faculty co-directors of Calcium, which include Ryan Catola, Mark Van Zek Hall, and Bob Kennedy. For this first event, I'd like to welcome Jennifer Griffiths. So Jennifer got her PhD in 2005, Eric Toon at Duke University. She studied enzymatic evolution. Went on to postdoc with Alana Shapars at Yale. And she is now the editorial development manager for North America at the Royal Society of Chemistry. And she's going to talk to us today about careers in scholarly publishing. Should be a great talk. She's been touring the country, promoting the Royal Society and promoting careers in scholarly publishing. So let's all give her a hand and welcome her.
Okay, well, thank you. First of all, I really appreciate you having me, and I'm thrilled to be kicking off your new program. I think that actually worked out quite well since I sort of invited myself here. So I just want to give you a brief outline. I think, before I talk about careers, I just want to give you just a brief introduction to who we are and then what we do, publishers in general, not just the RSC, so you can kind of see where a career within this field would actually fit. So the Royal Society of Chemistry, as you can probably imagine, based on the Royal in the name, is actually a UK-based organization. Obviously, I am not British, but we do have offices in the US. So I'm based in our Washington, DC office. We also have an office in Philadelphia, but we also have offices in many other countries, including India, Germany, and Japan, and Brazil. But these are our two sites in the UK. So Burlington House in London is just gorgeous. It's near Piccadilly. So if any of you do happen to ever get over to the UK, I would recommend going to see it. Our much less grand office, where actually most people work, is in Cambridge in the UK. So this is our DC office. We're very close to the White House, which is quite nice if you want to take a stroll. And the National Mall, so we're right downtown. We are actually also about 4 blocks from the ACS, so that's actually convenient. So the Royal Society of Chemistry, just a few more facts about us. So we are the largest European organization for advancing the chemical sciences, founded quite a long time ago in 1841. And our main mission is to foster the chemical sciences by the dissemination of chemical knowledge. So first and foremost, we are a society, although our publishing program is pretty big. We have over 50,000 members. About, I think it's between 2,000 and 3,000 of those are in the US. So obviously the concentration is really in the UK, but we do have a growing member network outside of the UK. We have about over 500 employees and growing. We've expanded quite a bit. And we do education, science, and policy. And this is just a few examples of things that we've done. So we've had an active program in the Middle East, working with them. The Middle East obviously has a lot of money, but they don't have the traditional science background. And so we've been partnering with them to bring speakers into their universities. We have what's called the Pan-Africa Chemistry Network, and so this is bringing resources to researchers in Africa. And at the bottom, we have a teacher training program that we've done in India. So we really do lots of things in lots of places. But we are, like I said, a publisher, and this is the part of the organization that I work in. So we publish journals. You may have heard of some of them. I would say probably ChemCom is the one traditionally that has been the highest profile. But we also have other journals, including Chemical Science, which is a newer general chemistry journal. And then we have, of course, the sub-chemistry journals, analytical and inorganic and physical. We also have some more specialized journals in smaller subfields that are kind of smaller journals. We also do publish books. We publish about 100 hardbacks per year, and we have over 1,000 ebooks in our catalog. And we also have a news magazine, actually two. One is based on, focused on education. Chemistry World is our general news magazine. That used to be a member benefit. You would get it if you were an RSC member, but you can now subscribe online if you're not a member. And there is a lot of free content on their website, so if you are looking for news about chemistry, that's a great place to go. And then finally, we publish databases, and actually this slide needs to be updated a little bit, but ChemSmiter is something we've had for quite a while, but we actually also now have the Merck Index. We bought that from Merck a few years ago, which is also a great resource. Like I said, we're very international, so this is our readership, which is based on who's subscribing to our journals, and you can see that the US, over 30% of our customers are actually in the US, so a single country has more than a third, and more than all of Europe and all of Asia. So the US is a very important country in our publishing program. And we also have international board members, so we have them all over the world. In the US, we actually have several here, editorial board members, but none of them are in your chemistry department. They're all over in engineering, or there's one in the medical center on our toxicology journal. But you can see on this, I think, Lutgard Raskin, if anybody knows who she is, she's kind of down in the lower left corner, is one of the editors, and she's pretty new. She's on our new environmental science water journal. So chemistry publishers, you're probably familiar with some of these at least. And so there's kind of two categories for these. So there's the society publishers, which is us and the ACS. And we both have pretty extensive publishing programs. The ACS actually may have a few more journals than 45 now. We've got just under 40. I'm sure that they'll have some kind of cake or something in the UK when we get to 40 journals. They really like to have cake. And we get emails about it, and we can't participate, which is always sad. But there are also commercial publishers. Elsevier is very large. They publish other things besides chemistry, over a whole range of subjects. They have about 60 journals that are chemistry journals. And Wiley is the same. They publish across all the sciences and the social sciences, and they have about 34 journals. So the difference between these two things is that the society publishers, any profits that we make are actually put back into the society to fund the charitable things that we do, like everything I showed you before. Same with the ACS. The commercial publishers are what they sound like. They're commercial publishers, and they have shareholders and profits and things like that. And just like a quick thing to show you, so this is the number of articles that are published by these various publishers, and this is actually high quality, so the way we define that is anything published in a journal greater than impact factor 3. So Elsevier and Wiley actually publish probably more than this, but in lower quality journals. But you can see on the left, so this is worldwide, and you can see what's happened at the RSC since 2009. So that's the purple line. So around that time, the RSC decided they were kind of a regional publisher, not publishing very many papers, that they really wanted to become a truly international publisher. And they made a very ambitious plan, and they've really done it. This is long before my time at the RSC. And you can see we've also had growth. So this is North America. We've definitely had growth in North America, but you can see this very dominant blue line up top, and that's the ACS, which is not surprising since it is the Domestic Chemical Society. But I think we're definitely gaining some ground here as well. So as far as publishing goes, how many of you have actually published a paper so far? Okay, so a good number of you have been through the process already. There's many reasons why researchers publish. They want to get the acknowledgement that to their work. they want to be accredited. So they want the stamp of approval that comes by being in a prestigious journal and being peer reviewed. That is, their peers have looked at it and have judged it to be important, and therefore it's been published. They want to make sure their research is widely disseminated so that it's available to everybody who they would like to read it. They want it to be found, and so this is actually especially important nowadays with search engines and things like that. You want to make sure that the search engines are coming back with the correct literature. And you want it to be archived. And I think people maybe don't think of this so much when they're thinking about publishing, but they want to make sure that their paper is available for all time. Basically, if somebody wants to look at it in 20, 30, 100 years, they want it to be there. Elsevier did an